That was awesome, just getting able to do that, running around the city, meeting everybody, seeing the excitement. Everybody's excited to come to the game, and it was just a beautiful moment. Just seeing everybody slapping hands, hearing the Duvals, man. It was a great promo, and I'm glad I got to be a part of it.
What a season! I mean, here we are at the finale, and when we were doing this show for the Carolina game back in Week 1, I don't think any of us envisioned this opportunity, a chance to win a 13th game, close the regular season out on a just incredible win streak, and win the division.
I ain't gonna lie, Hayes. I said 12-5, but
you were close.
I said 12-5, but I kind of fell into it because I really didn't see it like that. And just to be here is surreal, man. We got a chance to win our 13th game. Oh, I'm excited.
It's amazing, and hopefully this is just the start of things for what's been just an unbelievable run in this first year for head coach Liam Cohen, EVP Donnie Baselli, and GM James Gladstone, and what a difference a year makes in terms of this Jaguars organization. Let's set the scene for you. We got a great kickoff show coming up. We're going to go inside the locker room. You'll hear from Jacoby Myers. You'll hear from Devon Hamilton, Jarian Jones, and Cole Van Lannon.
Shout out.
Yeah, who just got paid. How about that? What'd you think of that deal?
Man,
3 years, $51 million.
Oh, go ahead, Cole Van Lannon. He's been balling, man, and he deserves it, man. Giving the man the money and lock him up for a couple years here in Jacksonville.
Absolutely.
But since we talk about money, you remember this thing right
Yeah,
here?
you still got it?
I still got
Perfect.
it. That's that lucky quarter, baby.
All right. That's all we need. In terms of our next segment, we'll be joined by voice of the Jaguars, Frank Frangie. That'll be a lot of fun. And Paul Koharski is going to join us to give us the Titans side of things. We'll do that around 9:20. Paul has covered the NFL for a very, very long time. Used to actually cover the Jaguars when ESPN had an AFC South writer. They had, back then, this is before like D-Rock was the Jaguars guy, they used to just have a guy for each division, and Koharski was the AFC South guy. Nice. But he's been based in Nashville forever. So longtime NFL reporter Paul Koharski will get his takes on the Tennessee Titans and the challenges that they will pose today and kind of where they're going. Get Paul's perspective on their coaching search, what he thinks of Cam Ward, and how far the Titans are away from getting back into contention in the AFC South. But it starts today, obviously. The Jaguars can win the division, as we mentioned. Tennessee's 3-13. The Jaguars are 13-3, or excuse me, 12-3. What are we at?
We're 12-4.
How am I doing so far? But as you look at it, the Jaguars, the current 3 seed, they've won 7 straight games. They won the first meeting 25-3 on November 30th back in Week 13. And really, that was the game where Tennessee had the good opening drive, gained 70 yards, kicked a field goal, and then did nothing else the rest of the game. Had like 118 yards the rest of the way. So the Jaguar offensive performance wasn't overly great. But the Titans, other than that first drive, did absolutely nothing on that Jaguar defense.
Absolutely. We are the more superior team this year, obviously. The Titans are fighting a lot of things in attrition and trying to rebuild their roster. But we can't take that for granted, though, because at the end of the day, it is the Titans, and they always want to find a reason to try to beat us.
Absolutely. The story of the Jaguars, I mean, there's been obviously multiple big ones. But the biggest has to be the play of Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he has just been incredible over this last month or so, and in a lot of ways. I mean, what has stood out to you, E.T., as you watch Trevor Lawrence over this last month and a half?
His comfort. He seems a lot more comfortable back there. It's like the play's never broken down now. When he's back in the pocket, even when he's scrambling, he's still running the play. He's just not sitting back in the pocket. And the receivers are still running the play. They're finishing their routes. So, Trev, man, he just looks like a totally different guy.
He really does. Liam said something last week that I thought was really interesting about Trevor's play. He said, as a quarterback, you've got to learn to, play in the gray. And it can't just be black and white.
Correct.
And it does feel like that really encapsulates Trevor's growth, because it does sort of feel like he's always been, I think because of the staff that he's been under, whether it's been Urban Meyer, who didn't know what he was doing, or Doug Peterson, who I think had at one point in time a good offensive system, but it was pretty stagnant by the time that, he got to his last year, and it really got bad for the Jaguars that last year and a half. I do think there was a lot of that. I think Trevor almost was bounded by the schemes that he was in. And I think Liam Cohen's scheme, and Grant Udisky deserves credit as well, the offensive coordinator, I think they have helped unlock Trevor and put him in a position where, hey, This is what he does well, and Trevor is really feeding off that, because when you watch him, he is living in the gray. You can see it in terms of how he extends plays, how he's using his legs as a runner. It just has really been fun to watch, because he's the hottest quarterback in the league right now.
That's my quarterback. He absolutely is the hottest quarterback in the league, and it helps his receivers, man. They've also stepped up. The quarterback stepped up, and that's what it takes. When your best player stepping up, I'm gonna step up too, so I can show him I got his back.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into some of what Trevor is doing well. And let's start with, I thought this was really interesting. The 2-minute operation is really starting to hit its stride. Trevor Lawrence met with reporters on Wednesday and talked about the success of that 2-minute offense.
You know, sometimes, to be honest, getting on the ball in tempo has been some of our best possessions, especially early in the season. I think now we've settled into more of a rhythm offensively, and we've been just better overall. But early in the season, I remember that was something that we did. Really, one of the best things we did was to get on the ball and go. And I think guys just going out, playing, not thinking, gets the passing game clicking a little bit. And we've just been really efficient. You know, something I pride myself in is being able to get points in all those situations, and our offense takes a lot of pride in that. So that's taking care of the ball, but also staying efficient. I think as a quarterback is you want to take the big plays when they're there, but if you can get the drive started, a lot of times that helps, especially with the better field position now. You get a couple first downs, and with Cam as our kicker, I mean, you can kick it from just about anywhere. So I think having that confidence, you play pretty free too, because you know you got a guy that can make it from anywhere.
I might even manufacture that a little bit today if I was Liam Cohen. Tennessee is awful stopping the pass, and we'll break down all the numbers as we get further into the Terminix kickoff show. But because of that, I would want a speedier game. I would want a rapid pace, because I would want to put as much pressure on that Tennessee secondary as I can.
I like that idea, because they're not as good already in the pass game. Let's not make it any easier for them. Let's speed that thing up. Man, let's have a track meet out there.
Absolutely. It'd be a lot of fun. And, you know, that running element that Trevor has brought, it's been incredible when you think of he's run for 9 touchdowns this year. You know, that is just extraordinary. And it's really become effective, again, in this win streak as Trevor has, really gotten settled in. But it's gotten to the point when they're inside the 10-yard line, I'm almost expecting him to keep it, and he is fast for a big guy.
That needs to be the play. Run RPO. Trevor, keep that thing and put that thing in the box, man.
Absolutely. Trevor talked about his running ability this year and why he has utilized that part of his game more under Liam Cohen.
The group up front's done an awesome job, and I think that's something where it seems a little bit counterintuitive. Like scrambling, you see guys running, a lot of times people think like it's because there's not protection, but a lot of times the reason you're able to scramble and make these plays is because the protection is great, and sometimes covers guys up downfield, and you find lanes, and they've done an awesome job up front of really being sticky in their blocks, and I've been able to have escape routes, whether it's outside, inside, and there's been a lot of lanes for me to be able to run and extend plays. So that's a big part of it. And then I think just as I've gotten more and more comfortable in the system, progressing, saying no to certain things, I'm able to get through my progressions. And when there isn't something there, I'm not sitting back there in the pocket waiting forever on something that's not coming open. You know, and that happens obviously a few times a game. You know, you don't always have perfect play on against the perfect defense. You know, it's football, so you got to figure it out. So I think the combination of those two things, and then just defenses are getting better and better, in my opinion, of taking things away, especially on third down, red zone. It's just harder and harder to get guys open sometimes when they start doubling people, and then that's when the legs really come alive because they don't have the defenders for the quarterback.
I liked what he said there because he's right. A lot of times when he runs, the protection is held up. It's more of what would be a, quote, coverage sack, but instead of it being a coverage sack, Trevor's escaping and making something happen.
Yeah, he said it. He said he had time. He's had the protection, and that's been huge for him both in the pass game and Trevor running the ball.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the Tennessee Titans and what they bring in here. The Titans are 3-13. They've got an interim in Mike McCoy that's basically been running the show now for a couple of months. It feels like they fired Callahan many moons ago. Yeah. But 13 losses for the Titans, but they're 2-2 in their last 4. So they have been playing a little bit better. They're averaging 26 points a game in the last 4. Number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward, is playing better. So that offense is moving the ball pretty well. Be an interesting challenge, particularly since the Titans only scored 3 points in the first meeting.
They're definitely going to want to play. But if there's a game that they want to play at their best, it's going to be this one because it's the Jags and the Titans and because of the rich history and the rivalry. So I would expect him to try to play his best, Cam Ward.
Absolutely. Look, if you're Tennessee and you get a win today,
yes,
what a boost of
huge.
Momentum for you going into the offseason. I mean, they don't care about a draft pick. They've got their quarterback. So, I mean, you know, if Tennessee can come in here and spoil the party for the Jaguars, because here's the other thing, and we'll get to this. The Texans aren't losing to the Colts.
No.
I can tell you that right now. It would take a minor miracle for the Colts do not match up well at all against the Houston Texans. They may not score today. So you got to win this game. You're not backing into the AFC South title. Like, if you can't get it done today against the Titans, the Texans are going to win this division.
Yes, sir.
So, you don't want to give Tennessee that positive momentum going into the offseason and probably make the job a little bit more attractive to the candidates that are going to be in there in the mix for that job. Defensively, the Titans, Jeffrey Simmons, it starts with him. I am curious to see his workload today because he is such an elite player. If I'm Tennessee ownership, I don't want him out there. Now, I'd have a conversation with him, and if he's adamant, you don't want to turn it into like a Max Crosby where you poison the relationship between the player and the club. But I'd have said to Jeffrey, look, if you – this is up to you. If you want to play, that's great, but we just assume you're not, because the last thing this organization needs is for Jeffrey Simmons to blow out his knee on January 4th and not be available until like Halloween next year.
Oh, absolutely. With him being probably the best interior defensive lineman in the game, that's a tough one. Like you said, I'd probably let him make that call. But, hey, just as a business move, yeah, bro, you're not playing today.
And even if he does play, he's an unbelievable player, obviously. I mean, we're very well-versed about Jeffrey Simmons and his talent. But I do wonder, he doesn't have an injury designation, so I'm assuming he is going to be active. But it will be interesting to see, is he on a pitch count? If the Jaguars do get up early, do they just shut Simmons down?
Considering the weather as well, the conditions of the field, I take all that into consideration.
Absolutely. So, but Jeffrey Simmons is certainly a game wrecker, as Liam Cohen likes to say. And then the special teams factor, Chimdike, the former Gator, is really done an outstanding job. He's set the rookie record for all-purpose yardage in NFL history. So in the return game, you got to watch out for Chimdike because he is somebody that can break it to the house.
He is. I believe he's the Pro Bowler for them far as special teams. And he's a dynamic player. Got to give credit where credit's due. But like I've said before, we got a good special teams unit as well.
Absolutely. That's going to do it as we head into our second segment. Frank Frangie, voice of the Jaguars, host of the Frangie Show, will join us next. But again, we've got lots lined up for you. Receiver Jacoby Myers, defensive tackle Devon Hamilton, cornerback Jarian Jones, and left tackle Cole Van Lannon. You will hear from all those players from interviews earlier this week. You're listening to the Terminix Kickoff Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in '96? You know who doesn't miss? Coil Fencing. Coil has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida since 1927. Heck, Coil has been installing fences since before Emery Bellard installed the wishbone offense. If you need a new fence, I recommend calling Coil Fence today at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. Coil Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
When the team heats up and the temps climb high, Sunrise Heating and AC keeps you cool. That's no lie. From kickoff to overtime and every long drive, they'll keep your home feeling fresh and alive. When your system's down, don't sweat the score. Sunrise Heating and AC of North Florida is ready to restore. Fast, honest service from a local crew, keeping Jacksonville fans chill all season through. Your comfort starts here at sunriseheatingandac.com.
Touchdown! Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I've got a challenge for you. Go stand next to your window. You feel a cool draft? Well, then you need Pella. The experts at Pella Windows and Doors can easily fix that with energy-efficient windows to keep the drafty air out and save you money every month. And how does 0% interest for 60 months sound? Go to PellaJacks.com and schedule a free home energy checkup. That's PellaJacks.com or visit the showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows and tell them you heard about Mike's challenge on 1010XL.
Whether you're undertaking a major home renovation or just a simple repair request, American Electrical is your 5-star Jacksonville-based electrician to get the work done right. Experienced design building department working seamlessly with their electrical contracting department to help you create beautiful lighting spaces and electrical plans that make your house flow. And remember, with American Electrical, it's wired right at a fair price. Call American Electric at 737-7770. Look for that red, white, and blue eagle on the side of their truck, and you'll know it's American Electrical.
Listen to whatever you like, whenever you want.
I like this.
1010XL on demand. Ad-free shows after the live shows end. Channeled by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Yo, you already know it's your main man E.T. And no one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails. Served over ice balls, local craft beers, and handcrafted whiskey cocktails. Rounded out with adventurous drink menus, second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree drafts. Check them out now on Atlantic and Kernan. Twin Peaks, eat, drink, scenic views. Come on, somebody.
Renewal by Andersen is bringing in the new year with a happy renewal year sale. Buy one, get one 40% off all replacement windows and doors. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable year-round. Sale ends January 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Andersen, where comfort meets savings.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit hollispools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Welcome back to the Terminix Kickoff Show. We've got E.T., I am Hayes Carlyon, Aaron Williams helping us out here at Tailgaters. Dylan Denmark making it happen at 1010XL World Headquarters. It is our pleasure to be joined by voice of the Jaguars and host of the Frangie Show, Frank Frangie. Frank, Happy New Year. Thanks so much for joining us.
No, good morning, Hayes, to you and E.T. Happy New Year as well. And, hey, look, on many fronts, this is a big day for the Jaguars. I can't wait to get down there. A little dreary. I expect you to take care of that by the time I get down there.
We've got that under control.
Okay, I would hope. I would expect and hope. So, but it's an important day for the Jags, and I can't wait to get going on this final day of the regular year.
Yeah, it's really not too bad right now. It's a little chilly, but nothing earth-shattering, and there's like no wind. So hopefully by the time that we get closer to kickoff, it'll be a little bit better. But it's not too bad right now out here. In terms of it's amazing, Frank. The Jaguars today, obviously they're a big favorite, but there's such a wide range of outcomes today. They can be anywhere from the 1 to the 7 seed. The only seed they can't be is the 4. What a day for this organization in terms of what's going to play out over the next 8-9 hours.
Well, I think it's important for people to understand the significance of this day, and that's why I hope they pack the bank. I really believe that it's going to be a beautiful day for football. As you said, yeah, it's a little cool. It's going to be 59 degrees. I mean, that's a beautiful day in Northeast Florida, particularly if the sun's out. The rain's going to blow through. That was mostly yesterday. I want people to understand the significance of this day. This is the 31st year of the franchise days. They have won a division 4 times. That's it, 4. They won the Central twice in 98 and 99 when they were in there with Pittsburgh and all those teams. And they've won the South twice in 17 and 22. That's it. 4 times in the previous 30 years because the Jags won a division. If they win the game today, they win the division. That's the second time in 4 years. It'll be the third winning season. It's already that in 4 years. This is a significant day and a significant accomplishment. Now, look, there's far more to do. Your season doesn't end once you win the division. But this is a big tip of the cap to this team. It's a way to help this team. It's a magnificent day on the First Coast, and it's a significant day. So you're right about that. I expect that they're going to win the game, which means they're going to be the 3 seed. What gets interesting for me is what happens all around that, right? Does Baltimore go into Pittsburgh and win tonight, so they're the 4, which is what I expect will happen? And then what happens is it Buffalo the 6th and the Chargers the 7th? There's a lot of possibilities here. But first and foremost, this is a big day, man. It's a chance to win a division for only the 5th time in your 31-year history. That's pretty cool stuff.
Hey, good morning, Frank, and Happy New Year.
Good morning, AT. Hope you're well, man. Happy New Year to you.
I'm great. Now, Frank, you said something very special. You said this is a significant day and a significant game. Because if I'm not mistaken, we have won 7 games in a row. Is that correct?
That's correct.
If I'm not mistaken, we are undefeated at the bank. Is that not correct?
That's not correct. But I love the energy.
We lost at the bank?
The Seahawks.
Oh, those darn Seahawks.
But they've
we
only
don't count
lost
that one.
I tell you what.
We'll take one home loss every year from here on out in perpetuity.
Right. Those darn Seahawks. Right. But as I was saying, we win this game, we win the South. And what can this win do for us moving forward as we go into the playoffs?
Well, for number one, to get the 3rd seed, that means you get the home game. I think that's first and foremost. Give your fans a home game. Give your team a chance to play. The last time we played a home game in this place, it went pretty well, where people are still talking about that Chargers comeback. So, number one, you get the home game. I think that's first and foremost. Number 2, it's validation, E.T. It's validation that this group of Tony Baselli and James Gladstone and Liam Cohen get together. And the minute they get together, you have a 13-win season, which is the second best regular season in your 31-year history. And for only the 5th time in your history, you win the division. So I think validation matters to the fan base. It matters when you around the national media. It always also matters to your team. Football's hard, man. So you're trying to sell them on how hard they've got to work and how hard they've got to grind, how hard they're going to get hit. It's a tough, physical, violent game. And this is validation that if you do it the right way, you get the rewards at the end. So it's a big day on many, many fronts. The obvious answer to your question is you get the home game. You get the home game, you get the home playoff game, and home games are way easier to win. You sleep in your own bed than road games. That's the bottom line.
Frank, some breaking news late this week. Cole Van Lanen signing a 3-year, $51 million extension. The left tackle currently, but we know that Cole can play a multitude of positions across that offensive line. What did you think about that deal?
I think it is further confirmation that if they see you can play, they are going to reward you. I'll tell you one thing about this group. They're not worried about how fast you run a shuttle run. They're not worried about how long your arms are, how many times you can bench press 225 in the draft process. Well, I think that extends to the free agent process and to the rewarding your own people process. I really do, Hayes. They have proven with Jacoby Myers, he wasn't even drafted. They gave him a big contract because he's a damn good football player. Cole Van Lanen was drafted in the 6th round and was an afterthought until middle of this season, but he's a damn good player. He might be their best offensive lineman. He's a very good left tackle. I think part of that deal is also that if he doesn't work out as your left tackle, he damn sure will work out at one of the other 4 spots. That's the beauty of the Cole Van Lanen deal. He was signed to that contract to be your left tackle, and if that holds, then he's a bargain as left tackles go, right? But if he doesn't become your left tackle, he can do all the other stuff. He's a great team. He's a good player. So reward your good players. As they build this team moving forward, there's still some pieces, right? There's some pieces that are missing that they've got to go find. They've got to decide on a couple of their own guys, Devin Lloyd and Travis Etienne. They've also got some pieces to fill in. Well, left tackle's a big piece. And if you look up and say, okay, this guy's pretty good. He's young. He's a great teammate. Trevor trusts him. I mean, that's real important. Let's get him signed. So I would be lying if I said I saw it coming. Jacoby Myers, I saw that extension coming. I think you did too. I'd be lying if I said I saw the Cole Van Lanen extension coming. I didn't. But it's perfectly on brand with who they are, and that is we are going to reward you if you're a damn good football player. We're not worried about all the other stuff. I think it's great for Cole. I think it's great for the Jags.
Frank, a big talking point around here is respect and disrespect. And we know that respect is earned and not given. Now, we as a whole here in Jacksonville, we know that we've earned our respect nationally. But do you feel like now it's been given to us?
I don't, and I think Liam Cohen, ET, is one of the smartest coaches you'll ever be around. Being smart's important, man, because you understand the psychology of the human mind. You understand how to motivate. Again, I'll go back to what I said a minute ago. Football's hard, right? So how do you motivate your guys and keep them grinding? Liam Cohen has done a masterful job of playing that disrespect card and using it as a motivator for his team and, by extension, his fan base and everybody that says Duval and everybody that wears those colors. He's done a masterful job of using that. And boy, Sean Payton played right into it, didn't he, with the small market thing? If Liam Cohen was running out of material, if he was a comedian running out of material, Sean Payton stepped up and gave him more. All right, that was perfect. So now the small market thing goes with the lack of respect thing. And no, I don't think anyone's noticing. I think, here's what I think, E.T. I now think people nationally think, they're pretty good. We might have been wrong about them. We might have been wrong about Trevor. We might have been wrong about that team. They might be pretty good. But no one's afraid of them yet. And whether they admit it or not, they're not afraid of them yet. People want to see what happens with the Broncos and the Patriots. They're still wondering if the Ravens or a traditional team make a run. So I don't think that respect's there yet. I think the Jags are going to win today, win a game in that playoffs, and then all of a sudden that starts to come around. But I think Liam Cohen's done a masterful job of using that as a motivator for this team.
Yeah, without a doubt. Frank, another element of this team that I think is incredible, but maybe we don't talk about it as much as the new culture and the elevation of Trevor Lawrence. They have the NFL's best run defense, and they've never accomplished that ever in franchise history. It's just stunning when it doesn't feel like they've got a litany of superstar players in terms of stuff in the run. But Anthony Campanile, it's been phenomenal that is his first year as defensive coordinator. He has been able to produce a run defense that basically no one runs on. They've given up 86 yards a game on the ground. How do you think they have been able to do this, and how much of the spotlight should be on that run defense?
Well, two things. That's a great point, Hayes. Number one, that's kind of the untold story a little bit. In Jacksonville, we know what Anthony Campanile's done. But around the league, you don't. You know that? We know who the NFL knows that Brian Flores and Vic and who the great defensive coordinators are, right? That's known well around the league. Well, they don't know who Anthony Campanile is. That's a story that has not been told enough. He has taken a team that was not very good defensively last year and has made them darn good defensively this year. They're the 12th best defense in the league. They're 9th in scoring defense. And to your point, they lead the league in rush defense with mostly the same guys that have been here before. So that story has not been told enough, is what a great job he has done, really building that into a good defense and a great defense against the run. Hey, let me tell you something else that's happened. I'm going to go back to the Van Lanen, Jacoby Myers thing. They don't care where you were drafted. They don't care who you are. Well, here's what you're going to see. You're going to see Matt Dickerson start the game at defensive tackle and Mason Smith down. At least that's what you have seen. I don't know what they're doing today. But what you've seen is Matt Dickerson starting the game and Eric Armstead coming off the bench and Mason Smith a healthy scratch. That's what they've done in the past because they don't care where you were drafted. Matt Dickerson, nobody knows who he is. He's a darn good player. He's a free agent, okay? Nobody cares, right? He was a free agent. He wasn't even drafted. Danny Strigo, nobody cares, okay? The fact that he wasn't a drafted guy. What they care about is he's a damn good player. So just like Jacoby Myers and just like Cole Van Lanen, they're not afraid to play the best players regardless of the pedigree. I think that's a big mistake that professional football teams make, maybe all professional sports, Hayes, is we got to play the guy that was drafted high. We got to play the guy we're paying. Well, how many times have we said on our radio show where someone said, well, he's going to play, he's making a lot of money, so he's going to start. This group doesn't care about that. This group cares about who's the best player and who's winning the football game, and they have proven that, or who's helping us win the football game the most, and they have proven that. So I think two things to your question. Anthony Campanile doesn't get enough credit for getting the absolute best out of this group of players, and they're not afraid to play whoever is the best player. Think about it. Go through. If you go through the depth chart, Monteric Brown, huge player for this team. Matt Dickerson, huge player for this team. Danny Strigo certainly helping this team. Dennis Gardeck is helping this team. He's another guy that was never drafted, by the way. And what a big factor he's been. they go get the right guys, and they play the right guys, even if they don't have all this pedigree. I think that's a big part of it as well.
What concerns you the most about the Titans?
That defensive front. I heard you talking about it before. Jeffrey Simmons is maybe the best defensive lineman in the league right now. He's not. Everyone's careful not to call him the next Aaron Donald, but boy, he's close, bro. He plays like him. He's physical. He's nasty. He's a very good defensive lineman, and he does all the stuff defensive linemen do. When he's out there, T'Vondre Sweat, who's 370 pounds, is even a better player because you got to double team Jeffrey Simmons. Their front's pretty good. It's not great, but their front's of all the things, they're 2-2 in their last 4 games. They've played better overall. Cam Ward's getting better, but the defensive front is the thing. The front, I say the front, Hayes. The front 4-3, but also the front 7. They're pretty good. The secondary's not great. Offensively, they're not good at all. They're the 31st ranked offense in the league, but the front 7 is pretty good. So they're hard to run on, and the Jags are built to run the ball a little bit. So I think if there's one thing that jumps off the page, the other thing is the Jags have been masterful at managing moments, right? But this is another big moment. You can't mess this one up. 2 years ago, the Jags were about to win a division, and they went to Tennessee and messed it up. It's the only time, by the way, that's the only time the Titans have beaten the Jags in the last 7 meetings. You realize that? That one game they couldn't win when Trevor couldn't get it in from the 1-yard line, it's the only time in the last 7 meetings that the Titans have won this matchup. The only time. The Jags are 6-1 against them in the last 7, but that one they lost was damaging, right? So my biggest concern about the game, and it shouldn't be because they've handled it marvelously, is you got to continue to manage the moment and the significance of the moment. As for the Titans specifically, I think they're really good up front.
The Jags won the first game 25-3. Frank, we'll get you out on this. How do you think the game plays out?
I think it may be sticky a little bit early on because this is a better Titans team than that one. They're better offensively. Cam Ward's not there yet, but he's played better. So I think it's a better team. They're more comfortable. Tony Pollard's playing very well, Hayes, as you know. So I think they're a little better than they were that time. But, I think the Jags win this game 28-17, 27-14. I would be very surprised if the game comes down to a play at the end of the game like last week. That would surprise me. I don't anticipate that. I think the Jags are going to win the game. I think they're going to win the division. I think they're going to be the 3rd seed. And I can't wait for the playoffs. But I'm like everybody else. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's win this one first. It's a game. I'll say it one more time. Go out. If you don't have tickets, you can find tickets. Go out to the ball game. I think it's a great opportunity. Truly, truly is a great opportunity to watch these Jags do something they've only done 4 other times in their 30-year history, and that's clinch the division. But I think the Jags are going to beat the Tennessee Titans. Give me 27-14. I think it's that kind of a game.
Well said. Voice of the Jaguars and host of the Frangie Show, Frank Frangie, always kind enough to join us on the Terminix Kickoff Show. Frank, thank you so much, and have a wonderful call.
All right, Hayes and ET. Take care, fellas.
All right, great stuff from Frank Frangie. When we come back on the Terminix Kickoff Show, let's go inside the locker room. We'll hear from cornerback Jarian Jones and left tackle newly minted with a 3-year, $51 million extension. Now, in all fairness, I interviewed Cole Van Lanen on Friday afternoon before the extension, but nonetheless, we will hear from left tackle Cole Van Lanen. You are listening to 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville trusts. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
This football season, Hurricane Grill and Wings is your game day getaway. Catch every play with the perfect drink in hand. Handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita, Spicy Guavarita, Old Fashioned, or the Red Bullarita. Beer more your style to watch the games? Enjoy an ice cold Bud Light. Game day cocktails and Bud Light specials are here all season long at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find a restaurant near you at hurricanewings.com.
Finding the right plumber to reline your cast iron pipes doesn't have to be a stressful experience. When you hire Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, you can rest assured you're getting the best in the industry. At Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, we're so confident in our work that we encourage you to get multiple estimates. Look at each company's reviews and check the scope of their pipelining work to make sure it's what you're expecting. But at the end of the day, make the superior choice. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Request a free estimate at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Put a little hot sauce on your lunchtime listening.
Spicy.
Joe Coward, Matt Hayes, and Leon Searcy. They are XL Prime Time.
4-alarm fire.
From the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. I've seen ads for diamonds where you see the words all diamonds certified by EGL, GIA, or AGS. What does all that mean?
Frank, it's confusing because those letters represent various diamond grading laboratories. However, it's important to point out that labs don't certify anything. They issue diamond grading reports. The entity doing the certifying is the seller. This created a problem for an Israeli retailer in Tennessee that sold diamonds with EGL International reports using GIA grading terminology. That created confusion because the diamonds with the GIA reports had comparable grades to those with the EGL International reports, but vastly different prices. When the EGL International graded stones were sent to the credible, accurate labs for grading, the grades were off by 5 grades or more. These quality differences more than accounted for the price differences, and they landed lawsuits against the retailer. At Underwoods, we only use accurate diamond grading labs.
That's Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, the Shops of Ponte Vedra, Underwood Jewelers.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality product and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Getting game day underway. Live from Tailgaters Parking.
The Terminix Kickoff Show.
Presented by Campione Law and American Electrical Contracting on 1010XL.
Welcome back to the Terminix Kickoff Show. I'm Hayes Carline with E.T., Aaron Williams, and Dylan Denmark. We are here at Tailgaters. Should be an electric environment. Again, we know Jacksonville. It's not only a great sports town, it's a great events town. Today is an event. This is one you want to be at.
Oh, hey, today is going to be an event for sure. I got some special people with me.
Yeah, tell us who's here.
I got my right-hand woman right next to me. I got some family down from Baltimore. They're Ravens fans.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
For the Jacksonville fans today. I I got Hayes with me. I got Aaron with me. We blitzed the bank early all week, and, man, it's going to be a great day today.
Absolutely. Let's go inside the locker room. Let's hear from Jarian Jones, the talented corner. E.T., how do you feel like Jarian's been playing lately?
Oh, Jar stepped it up. When Lewis went down, man, he stepped it up. It's just next man up mentality, and that's what we've been doing all season. The depth that we've had, actually, we really raised the floor.
That's right.
And Jarian is a prime example of that.
Absolutely. He has interceptions in his last 2 games. We'll see if he can make it a 3rd straight game with an interception. Liam Cohen talked about Jarian Jones when he met with reporters on Friday and had great things to say about the young player's preparation.
Jarian's preparation has really upticked over the course, I can't say how many weeks, but like even at practice yesterday, I would say he was one of the most, guys talking the most on it, saying things before the play, communicating to his teammates. Practice energy is something that I do appreciate as a coach. Intentional energy of wanting to make sure that you're doing the right things, right? Like you're not just out there in a crappy stance. This is another practice or walk through rep. And look, we can all get into that at times. Like it's pretty natural behavior. But I think Jarian's done a really nice job of being intentional about his work throughout the week of practice, through the week of preparation. And then on Sundays, he's made plays.
Yeah, without a doubt, Jarian Jones has been making a lot of plays and almost had a pick 6 in the win in Indianapolis last week. The talented former Florida State star, kind enough to give me some of his time on Wednesday, and here is that interview.
We're pleased to be joined with Jaguars cornerback Jarian Jones here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. How you doing?
Doing great. You excited about all your success so far this season?
Of course, man. I'm excited, more excited about winning. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really fun to win.
You guys seem like you guys have this unbelievable bond. The team put out sounds of the game last night, and they were showing a lot of the celebration going on the sideline, Jarian. How close do you feel like this team has become?
Very close. I think we are equally as excited for our own success as we are the next man, So I'm really excited when I can see any of my brothers make a play because I've seen the work that they put in, So I would say that we're very, very close.
And it seems like the defense supports offense supports the defense when there's big plays. And sometimes in the NFL locker room, it kind of be a little bit compartmentalized.
Especially, when we've been going against each other for so long and, you know what I'm saying, BT or whoever maybe have made that same play on you happy to kind of see him make it on somebody else.
Absolutely. What do you think has been the big steps that you've been able to take to elevate your play?
Just staying committed to it. This is kind of my first year ever playing zone, so trying to get some of the man-to-man tendencies out of my brain a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get more comfortable playing in space, playing in zone. And I think the coach have done a good job of, being there for me and, putting in extra time with me, so I think everything's starting to pay off.
What has Campanile brought to your game?
I think he allows me to just be me. Like, he don't try to change my game in no way. He tries to, highlight all of my strengths. That's playing, being really, really aggressive to the ball and, being able to play the ball in space. So I just think the way that he calls the game and plays defense, it fits everything that I'm good at.
Interceptions the last couple of games. Can you walk us through what happened on those plays for you?
My instincts, man. It'd be kind of hard to kind of say what I did because I don't really. Yeah. I think I just kind of come alive in those type of moments. But I can say we were just some great defenses, and my teammates allowed me to do my job.
You guys are stopping the run better than anybody in the NFL. Obviously, the guys up front, deserve a ton of credit, but you guys on the back end haven't allowed any of those to get loose. How much pride have you guys taken as a secondary in leading the league in run defense?
Yeah, first, big ups to the D-line and the linebacker, that front seven. They do a great job in stopping the run, but, they do so good that, in the secondary, it allows us to just, come down, just be knocking down players, We don't have to be in the nitty-gritty how they are, but obviously stopping the run takes all 11, but they take a big load off our shoulders, so at that same token, we try to do a good job of taking away the pass for them.
Join in the first meeting against the Titans, they had a good opening drive, like 70 yards, kicked a field goal, but then they only had like 118 yards the rest of the game. What are some things that you guys can draw out of that first meeting to apply to Sunday's matchup?
We got to just come out and play our brand of football. Try not to play play for them, like make them come up and play to us, So just kind of start the game fast and, be really, really, really physical and see how bad they want to play football.
What kind of a lift has Jacoby Myers brought to the offense from your defensive perspective?
When I watched him when he was with the Raiders, I always thought that he was a good receiver. Like, I've always, kind of been a fan from a distance. So just to have him, I think he's quiet. He's really, really quiet. But you can kind of see that the way he goes about his business. He works really, really hard every day. So you can kind of see why he makes the plays that he made. And he was a great addition to the team, great locker room guy, and obviously great on the field, So I think he was a great addition to the team.
Jarian Jones, thank you so much, and best of luck to you Sunday.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
What a great story. A young player that has really blossomed with this new staff. And I appreciate how candid he is about, look, I had to change a lot about my game, but he's done it, and the coaches have embraced the talents that he's had, and it's really paying off.
I think he's one of the main beneficiaries of Campanile coming in to change up this defense, because we expected Jari to make big plays for us early on in his career, and we didn't really get what we expected. This year, he definitely surpassed our expectations.
Yeah, well said. Let's now talk to the money man, Cole Van Lanen.
Show me the money.
3-year, $51 million
Let me hold
extension.
something.
Wow, that is another unbelievable success story. Cole Van Lanen, a late-round draft pick by the Packers, traded to the Jaguars. Really just has sort of been a reserve, for a few years, and got his opportunity, really flourished under Liam Cohen's direction here, and has been handsomely rewarded. Has done a good job playing a multitude of positions, but has settled in at that left tackle spot. In all fairness, this interview was conducted Friday afternoon. His deal came in Friday night, so we don't get into much about the contract at all. But it gives you an opportunity to at least hear from Cole Van Lanen and what's been going well for him this season. This was my opportunity to talk to Cole Van Lanen after Friday afternoon's practice. We're pleased to be joined with Jaguars left tackle Cole Van Lanen here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great. What a incredible story. Cole, how do you feel like you're playing right now?
It's a tough question to answer. I just feel like the more I've been playing, the better I can get a better understanding of what I'm doing. And I think every week I can excel and learn more, and just constantly trying to better myself every week. So that's kind of the role I've been playing, and continue to just try and excel on the field.
Cole, how were you able to pick up everything so quickly in the multiple positions, playing those at a high level?
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, no matter what position I'm playing, at the end of the day, you're playing football. The technique's a little different, and the way things are a little different inside and out, but concepts and everything kind of stay the same. So I really just go out there and kind of mimic my game, and you tweak some things, but ultimately, like I said, you're playing football, and I just try and do that at the highest level I can.
You look at Tennessee, obviously, Simmons, the run defense has been, stepping it up the last 6 weeks or so. What stands out when you watch the Titans front?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious their interior is a good front to go against, especially in the run game, and they're explosive. So, we got to come in there and play really tough football, and we know that. We know how physical this game's going to be, and we just got to come out there and play our football.
What are some things you can take out of the first meeting? A comfortable win, but, yardage like 287, I think somewhere in there. Were there things that you can take from that first meeting and apply to this one?
Yeah, I just think that was, as every week, but that was in the stretch where we really we're shooting ourselves in the foot, and we know it's just the next game mentality, and we really need to play our brand of football and not hurt ourselves. And if we can just be able to play our football, we should be fine on Sunday.
You guys ran for 120 yards against the Colts, and Liam was telling us that, there was probably more out there to be had if the right holes were picked, but he was really happy with the spacing that you guys produced. How was it going back and watching the performance against the Colts for the offensive line?
Definitely a lot to clean up. Like I said, every week there's a lot of things where I feel like we got in our own way a little bit. But ultimately, like I said, I think coming out being physical, eliminating those mistakes, especially on the O-line, is huge and critical for our team. And we got to go out there and play confident and play our brand of football as the O-line.
How much fun have you had this season? Now you've played almost 600 offensive snaps, and not only that, but you've established yourself as one of the key players on the team.
It's been great, and I've been having a blast being able to contribute to this team and ultimately help this team win football games, and that's what it's all about. And I've just been having a blast doing it, and I'm excited to continue to do that and see where this goes.
Why do you think you've been able to get in sync with what Liam and his offensive staff want?
I just think it's overall a great fit for a lot of us, the guys that are here. And ultimately, like I said, we really pride ourselves in playing tough, and that's something I've always was proudful of what I do, is to play tough football. And we just go out there and do our thing. I think it's an awesome group that we have in the offensive line room, and we really go out there as a group and try and be the most physical we can. And I think the camaraderie we have is just a really special group we have here.
Well, what have you seen out of Trevor these last 4 or 5 weeks?
Trevor's been balling. He's been, I mean, what everyone's seeing, he's been ripping the football, and it's been just absolute blast blocking for him and seeing the things he's doing. And we just got to continue blocking and protecting him and letting him do his thing.
How much are you looking forward to seeing what the fans can provide energy-wise on Sunday?
I'm excited. Getting the bank rocking is always a blast, and hopefully we have more games than just this Sunday here.
Cole, thanks so much for your time. Great talking with you.
You too. Thanks.
Cole Van Lanen, what a story, and will be a Jaguar now, like Jacoby Myers, 2 in-season extensions for James Gladstone. Wonderful stuff from the front office.
Well, man, this front office is just hitting on all cylinders right now. Well, Jacoby, he was kind of obvious, but Cole Van Lanen, 6th-round draft pick. Like, how many people missed on him? But our front office didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they locked him up.
Absolutely. And again, Frank mentioned this when he joined us. It's not a traits-built organization, a traits-based front office anymore. It was under, Trent Baalke. And Baalke did bring in Van Lanen. But when you look at Van Lanen, he doesn't jump out as like this incredibly imposing athlete. But he gets the job done.
Get the job done.
And that's what matters.
At a very important position. He can do it at all positions,
right,
honestly.
Yeah. And to have that flexibility moving forward is outstanding. But that's we'll figure out what the offensive line looks like next year. But right now, the Jaguars playing elite football with an opportunity to win the AFC South today with a win over the Tennessee Titans. Let's talk about the injury situation for both of these teams. Dylan, fire it up for us, please.
The personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah present this injury update. Farah and Farah.
Jacksonville.
Exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's a really clean report for this time of year for the Jaguars in terms of the guys that, are on the active roster. Patrick McCarry, the right guard, will be out with a back injury. But Walker Little has done a nice job these last couple of games. A big test today if Jeffrey Simmons plays his normal amount of snaps. But Walker Little's done a nice job at right guard.
Absolutely. And, some people will call that a downgrade for Walker Little. No, man, you still starting, and you starting at guard, and you're doing a dang on good job at it.
Absolutely. But that's really it in terms of guys of consequence that are not going to go today. The Jaguars will have center Robert Hainsey back. They will have running back Bashol Tootin back, who have obviously had the finger injury. It'd be great to see Bashol back in action. For the Titans, on looking at their side of things, Arden Key is out. Look, I think Arden's a good player. I thought he was good when he was here.
He is.
Obviously made some comments that, we all had some fun with.
He gave us those keys back.
Building the city, yeah. But he's a good player. I'm glad he's not playing today.
Absolutely.
Because he's somebody that brings a lot of energy, and he's got some pretty good twitch off the edge.
He does. He can mess around and get you a sack or a sack and a half. So I'm glad he's not playing. That's a win for us.
Absolutely. Tight end Gunnar Helm is out. Helm was really becoming Cam Ward's favorite target, and so to not have Gunnar Helm, that will certainly hurt the Tennessee offense. And Van Jefferson, the veteran receiver, former Gator, he is out today as well for the Titans. So a couple of key pieces for their offense won't be able to go today. And again, I'm really going to be watching Jeffrey Simmons, because again, if it was reversed, if the Jaguars were playing a game that really had no meaning today, I don't know that I'd want to see Josh Hines-Allen or Trayvon Walker out there. I mean, it's like nothing good can come of it.
Absolutely.
It's like, but you do open the door to just really affecting your 2026 season. If a serious injury is sustained. So even if it's a low chance, why take the chance? But it does appear like Jeffrey Simmons is going to go. But we will see if he gets his normal snap count, or if it's just hey, we're going to start you, play a few snaps, and then get you out. So something to monitor with Jeffrey Simmons being by far the best player that Tennessee has on their roster. Let's go through the AFC South. Obviously, Houston is hosting Indy. We mentioned it earlier. The Colts are going to start Riley Leonard. I mean, to me, this has bloodbath written all over it. If the Texans offense does anything, I'd be shocked if the Colts score 10 points in this game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a bloodbath with the Colts offense going against that defense. Yeah, them boys in trouble, man.
Yeah. So I think if you're the Jaguars, you gotta win today. You can't expect, if you get upset, you can't expect, I think, the Colts to bail you out and beat the Texans.
And you should never expect another team to bail you out. You get the job done yourself.
Yeah, great point. Absolutely. So that's the AFC South action. But we've got games to monitor in the AFC. I don't know that the Jaguars are going to get really any help here. But, again, the Jags could end today as the 1 seed. They could end today as the 7 seed.
That's wild.
All we know is the Jags are in. The Jags are definitely playing next week in the playoffs. Well, we say that. They're definitely in the playoffs. They could be the 1 seed and get a bye. But they would need an extraordinary amount of help because you look at these finales, the Dolphins go to the Patriots. I'd be shocked if the Miami Dolphins, I don't even know what the weather is in Foxborough today, but if it's high 50s here, I got to think it's frigid there. And the boys from South Beach,
they don't like that.
They're not going to like that. So I don't think the Patriots are going to give us any help today by getting upset by the Dolphins. Do you?
No, man, no. Again, man, let's not expect any help because they definitely ain't helping.
Yeah, I don't think so either. The Jets, who might be playing the worst football of anybody in the NFL, the Raiders might have an argument over that. But the Jets go to the Bills today. I mean, no chance. I mean, to me, the Jets, it's only a question of will they lose by 20. I mean, they haven't even been competitive lately.
Yeah, especially them boys ready for Cancun, man. Yeah. They're ready to pull those passports out and get on the plane.
Yep, and then one more game that we'll be monitoring, Chargers at Broncos. The Broncos are the current 1 seed, but L.A. has already said they're not going to start Justin Herbert. He's not playing today as he recovers from the broken hand on his non-throwing hand. But any chance that you give – the Chargers have a good team, but without Justin Herbert, Trey Lance is going to start. Any chance that you think they can take down Denver in Mile High?
Out of all of those games, that's the only one that has a chance.
Yeah.
But it's still, I don't see it.
That's what I would say. I would say that's the one that if you see an upset today, that's the one that I would pick. But again, Jaguars, like you said, just get it done today, beat the Titans, get a 13th win, clinch the division, and then at worst you're the 3 seed going into to Wild Card Weekend, which would obviously be an extraordinary success. We're having a great time here at Tailgaters. Come say hey to us if you're here. We're seeing a pretty good amount of fans filing in, getting ready for the game at 1 o'clock, and should be an exciting day of Jaguars football. When we come back on the Terminix Kickoff Show, let's get it to the keys to the game. We'll also hear in our second hour from Paul Koharski, longtime Titans reporter. Paul Koharski will give us all the insights and what's going on with Tennessee. And we'll go back inside the locker room in our final hour. You'll hear from defensive tackle Devon Hamilton spearheading that league's top-ranked run defense, and Jacoby Myers, the exciting receiver acquired at the trade deadline. You're listening to the Terminix Kickoff Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
No static ever. Download the free 1010XL app for Apple and Android devices and take us with you wherever you go. 1010XL.
It's the Happy Renewal Year sale at Renewal by Andersen. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. But this offer expires January 31st. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what WonderWorld wants you to do. WonderWorld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to WonderWorld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that WonderWorld can.
And with Window World, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new WonderWorld windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, WonderWorld and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with WonderWorld, and to top it off, WonderWorld windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with WonderWorld. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call Window World today and get your free in-home estimate, or see them online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Former Jags middle linebacker Tom McManus brings some grit to the ladies of helmets and heels.
You do it as tough as it is possible to do.
Tommy, Lauren, and Taylor.
Backed by Green Law Group. Afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL. 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 WJXL AM and FM. Jacksonville Beach. This is 1010XL.
Your home is your sanctuary, where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Finding the right plumber to reline your cast iron pipes doesn't have to be a stressful experience. When you hire Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, you can rest assured you're getting the best in the industry. At Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, we're so confident in our work that we encourage you to get multiple estimates. Look at each company's reviews and check the scope of their pipelining work to make sure it's what you're expecting. But at the end of the day, make the superior choice. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Request a free estimate at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast orthopedic specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast orthopedic specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast orthopedic specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast orthopedic specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the keys to the game. Brought to you by Instant Keys, fast, professional, honest locksmith service.
Here's the key to the game. Energy. E.T., the floor is yours.
Man, I just took some get warm water, if you know what I'm saying, and it's time.
Here we go. Well done. Let's get it to the keys to the game. Welcome back to the Terminix Kickoff Show. I'm going to start with this one. Just watch out for tricks today. These guys have nothing to lose. Mike McCoy is not in the race to get the head coaching job here. He is going to serve as the interim today, and then that's it, and he's moving on. If you're the Tennessee Titans, I mean, you've got to steal possessions to stay in this game, and whether that's a fake punt, whether that's running a reverse early, something, you've got to try and manufacture some energy. So if you're Liam Cohen and staff, it's a great problem to have, but you've got to be wary of the tricks today.
I got one. Play disciplined football.
Yeah.
As you said, these guys have nothing to lose. Don't let a cheap shot get you suspended. Don't let a cheap shot make you react where it hurts the team, because this is a rivalry game. And got news for you. Just as much as we hate them, they hate us. So be disciplined.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great point. I think, in terms of offensively for the Jaguars, a key for me is being able to beat the blitz. The Jaguars have really done a good job with that. Trevor Lawrence has really been excelling in beating the blitz today. You have to think the Titans, again, they're not going to have Arden Key. You have to think they're going to try and manufacture some pressure by sending extra guys. Trevor Lawrence talked on Wednesday about how well the offense has been doing it, beating that blitz.
I think we've had a really good plan for it. We put in, I don't want to bore you guys and we don't have enough time. Got to go get some lunch, but we put in so much time into our protection and our plan for, it really is, there's a lot that goes into it, and that's myself, obviously the whole staff, the O-line, Jonah, Hainsey up front, kind of, we're communicating with each other and running the show, and then everyone involved. There's a lot of checks. There's a lot of different things that can happen when you're going into a game and you don't know what all you're going to use, because you don't have the script. You don't know what they're going to do, but you know what you can check to, what you can get to, and you practice so many things, and there's still things that come up in the game that you get to that you might not have practiced. So it's just an emphasis on everyone knowing the plan like the back of their hand, and then also knowing the system like the back of their hand, where as the quarterback I feel comfortable checking to really anything, and I know guys know what to do, because that's a big part of it. Is as a quarterback you can know all the checks in the world, but if you haven't communicated it right to the guys and they're playing hesitant or slow, it doesn't work, and those guys have done a great job with it.
It's been so fun to see Trevor master this offense and get to a point where if the opposing defensive coordinator wants to bring pressure at him, he's doing a great job of dissecting it.
Like, I would love to ask Trev, when does he feel like that turning point was, like, for him?
Yeah.
Because we can look from the outside in and say, oh, it's when he implemented the wristband or when he changed his stance, whatever. But, Trev, when do you feel like it clicked? Because my boy, not only did it click, that door was cracked open. My boy, you kicked it down.
Yeah, he really did. Great point. I think another key today, this is more in the special teams realm. We talked about it in the first meeting against the Tennessee Titans. Don't kick it to Chim DK. The Titans, they are playing better offensively, but still, you want them to have to drive the length of the field. Chim DK has been taking kicks back. He's, as you mentioned, he's going to the Pro Bowl. Can't let him get loose today on a kick or a punt.
He's technically their offense. Like, if he could get them good field position, he's technically their offense. And don't let him put 6 on. Don't let him get in that dang on end zone. So, yeah, and we got a good special teams unit. Pin them in deep, make them drive the field.
Absolutely. And look, maybe Parker Washington is able to take one back. The Jaguars have been extraordinary in the return game as well. But obviously the Jaguars can hurt you in way more ways than Tennessee when it comes to scoring. I think obviously a big key today is you got to contain Jeffrey Simmons. I mean, you have to assume he's going to get his normal workload. Maybe he doesn't, but for the Jaguars' perspective, you've got to feel like, you're going to see 55 snaps out of Jeffrey Simmons today. You can't let him wreck the game. You're not going to have Patrick McCary out there. So, big test for Walker Little, who's still getting settled in at right guard. Can't let Simmons get going early.
As I said earlier, man, your best players set the tone. When I see the best player on my team make a play, guess what I want to do? I want to make a play. Do not let him set the tone and give his team confidence and think that they can come in the bank and catch a dub. No way.
Absolutely. I think for the Jaguar defense, strip sack Cam Ward. It's been really interesting. This is where the crowd can really play a factor here, because if it is loud today, as we expect, it makes it tough on those offensive tackles if Cam Ward has to go with a silent count. And when you look at Cam Ward this year, he's done a pretty good job of not throwing interceptions. He's only thrown 7. But he's been sacked 55 times. That's tied for the most in the NFL, and he has lost 7 fumbles. So I'm sure that's going to be a big priority for him in this offseason, is working on ball security in the pocket. But he's pretty loose with it. So if you're Hines Allen, Trayvon Walker, Gardeck, coming around the edge, attack the football, because it's probably going to be a little bit more exposed than with some of these veteran quarterbacks.
That's definitely a good sign for a team like us who have a knack for taking the ball away. And if he's going to just put it in your face, we're going to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be exciting to see if the Jaguars can manufacture a takeaway by getting the ball off of Cam Ward. I think in terms of Jaguar offensively, we talked about the ground game. I thought it was interesting. Liam talked earlier this week about, they ran for 120 yards up in Indianapolis last week, which is a good total when you go on the road and run for 120. But he really felt like Etienne missed some things, and that particularly between the tackles, it was blocked pretty well. Could have had a bigger day if Etienne had maybe done, and not just him, but the running backs as a collective had done a little bit better job of utilizing their vision a little better. So I think, hitting the right hole today, maximizing what the offensive line gives you in terms of space against a talented Tennessee front. I mean, the Titans are 17th against the run. Now, that's average, but when you consider that they've lost 13 games and they've been playing from behind a lot in fourth quarters, so obviously they've seen a bunch of runs from the opponent, to rank 17th in total yardage given up on the ground is actually pretty commendable considering they're 10 games under 500. Liam Cohen talked earlier this week about how important it is for the running backs to hit the right hole.
Look, you want to be able to – I want to rush for 150-plus every week. I want to throw for 250-plus every week. That's goal, absolutely. But and I'm going to continue to run the football. It's something I believe in. I think that you have to be able to do it, especially this time of year. And as you head into December, January football, you've got to be able to run the football and stop the run. But you're also not going to bang your head against the wall and do something that's ultimately in game, maybe not working as much as maybe the pass or the screen or whatever it is, to be able to give your guys a chance to win that game.
Let's talk about Parker Washington as a receiver. What a job he has done this year. Another incredible success story.
He's probably the biggest example of raising the floor. If we were to kind of name raising the floor guys, he's probably the biggest example. Early on, I don't know if it was just an epidemic of drops, but, we were having problems in the wide receiver room. But at some point, it just clicked. And some of the balls that he catches, I don't even know how he caught the ball. The level of concentration and the level of skill, he certainly is a guy that I want to keep here in Duval.
Absolutely, and so explosive after the catch as well. Has done a great job.
He's a yak guy.
Absolutely. Parker Washington with 53 catches for 760 yards and 4 touchdowns this season. Incredible numbers where you consider when you consider where he was in training camp in terms of the depth chart. So finding Parker Washington, a big key today. Trevor Lawrence talked on Wednesday about the chemistry that he's developed with Parker Washington.
He's played great. I think all season he's just done an awesome job with every opportunity he's gotten, and now you look at his role and what he's been doing for our offense. It's been huge, and just his ability to run every route, to run after the catch, all those hidden yards that he's finding after the catch has been really big for us. So we got to continue to find ways to get him the ball and let him make plays, and the whole group's done a good job.
Yeah, it really has been a nice job collectively, but Parker Washington's emergence has really been, I think, a huge storyline for the Jaguars this year. And the final key is turnovers. We talk about it every week on the Terminix Kickoff show, but this is another area of the game that the Jaguars should have an advantage in. They're plus 12 this season, which is obviously fantastic. The Jaguars are third in the NFL at plus 12 with 30 takeaways, 18 giveaways. The Titans are minus 4. They've done a decent job in terms of protecting the ball. They only have 18 turnovers, but they've only forced 14. So, and again, we'll talk about that Tennessee secondary, but it's been brutal. The opposing quarterbacks that have faced the Tennessee Titans, Tennessee's allowing 68.5% completion percentage. They've allowed 27 passing touchdowns to just 6 interceptions, and they're allowing opponents to have a passer rating of 106.8, which if applied to a singular player would rank 4th in the NFL. So they are getting lit up in the secondary. So winning that turnover battle, which you would expect the Jaguars to be able to do.
Absolutely. And Hayes, for a long time, when people would see Jacksonville on the schedule, they would circle it and they would say stat game.
Yeah.
That's not that this year. Now we see the Tennessee Titans on week 17. I hope every last one of our Jags players in there circled that thing and said stat game. I want everybody to go out there and get a career high in whatever it is, because this is the team to do it against.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it is out there for a lot of players today to have a big-time performance here in the regular season finale. When we come back on the Terminix Kickoff Show, let's go behind enemy lines. Longtime Titans reporter Paul Kaharski is going to join us. And then in our final segment, you'll hear from defensive tackle Devon Hamilton and receiver Jacoby Myers. Had a chance to catch up with them in the locker room earlier this week, and then we will hand it off at the top of the hour to the Publix Tailgate Show with Brian Sexton, JP Shadrack, Mike Dempsey, and Austin Lane. So we're just getting warmed up here at Tailgaters. Looking forward to some Jaguars football. We will be back. You're listening to 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The toughest bulls, the bravest riders. For 8 seconds, it's all on the line. Glory or nothing. These are cowboys who face down danger, defy the odds, and push themselves beyond limits most wouldn't dare. This is their world, where legends are made on the backs of ranked bulls. It's bull time, Jacksonville. PBR Bucks into Five-Star Memorial Arena February 20th and 21st. Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Slacker Plumbing.
Yeah, hey, listen, I need a plumber over here right now.
Yeah, well, we don't have any openings for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep.
I was just changing the shower head and the water line broke and it's flying everywhere.
All right, 1 week.
What if I throw you an extra $100 to come now?
What's the address?
It's 205.
Huh? I guess he changed his mind.
If you've got a leak that can't wait a week, call Roland Reese Plumbing and fix your plumbing problems fast. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
They start with the Jags and take you around the NFL. Jaguars Today, every weekday from 10 to noon with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
New year, new beginnings, and a new roof. Start 2026 with a peace of mind and take advantage of Universal Roof and Contracting's limited time offer. 15% off all roof repairs and replacements. From leaks to full replacements, call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection today. This special New Year's deal ends January 31st. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit HollisPools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
Professional painters know the right finish starts with the right paint. That's why they trust First Coast Paint. Featuring Benjamin Moore paints and expert customer service, First Coast Paint keeps the pros stocked and rolling. No gimmicks, no big box confusion, just top quality Benjamin Moore paint, advice, and the best service in Jacksonville, period. Because real pros don't cut corners, they color them.
First Coast Paint, with locations in St. John's and St. Augustine. Simply superior paint.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now let's go behind enemy lines. Behind enemy lines. Brought to you by Palo Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Welcome back to the Terminix Kickoff Show. Hayes Carline here with E.T., Aaron Williams, and Dylan Denmark. We are pleased to be joined with longtime Titans reporter Paul Kuharsky. You can read Paul's work at paulkuharsky.com. Paul, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to. How are we doing?
We're doing great. How many years now have you been covering the league?
Started covering the league. I covered the Raiders in 95. I've been on this team since 96.
How about that? That's great. What a run. Awesome stuff. Obviously, it's been a disappointing year for the Titans, but offensively, they've been playing better over this last four-game stretch in which they're 2-2. Paul, in your opinion, what has come alive for this Tennessee offense here in the last four games?
Well, they started running the ball. That last Jaguars game where they only scored 3 points, they came out of it to hear them tell the story kind of pissed off. I don't know how that somehow flipped the switch, and the competition has certainly softened for a team that's faced really one of the worst schedules in the league and some of the toughest defenses in the league. But they found a way for the offensive line finally to start playing better, and for Tony Pollard to get some rushing yards, which has softened things up for Cam Ward and enabled him to play better. 2 touchdowns in all 4 games since, which is very good for him. His learning curve has gotten much better. And so they look like a competitive football team. They've been scoring 24 or more in all of those games, which is a massive improvement.
Paul, thank you so much for joining us. Whenever we go behind enemy lines, I like to ask, what is the tone in the city right now? What's the tone in Nashville, as this is Jags-Titans week? Huge rivalry, and I know how Jags fans feel about the Titans. But what's the tone from the other side coming over here?
Eager for it to be over because it's been such a miserable season.
We've been there.
Yeah, I think a little bit encouraged that they've found a way to win a couple. You know, for a long time they were rooting for number one mode, but then when they won a couple, I was surprised that people weren't disappointed in that. I'm not a big fan of that at all, the tank mode thing. I think people are disconnected from what it means to guys on the field and guys who are coaching and all of that. You know, you're rooting for the next number one pick, and in doing so, you're rooting against the last number one pick and the development of Cam Ward. So it's kind of backwards to me. But I think, you know, with a new coach on the horizon here and draft excitement, which always baffles me when you're excited about the draft during the football season that you wait 34 weeks a year for. People are just eager to see who the next guy is, what kind of plan he has for Cam Ward, what kind of staff he'll have, who's going to be in charge of the culture and in coaching this quarterback and seeing what they could get out of him. So people are ready for that.
Paul Koharski joining us. You can read Paul's work at paulkoharski.com and follow him at Paul Koharski NFL on social. Paul, Jeffrey Simmons has obviously been an elite player again this season. Does not have an injury designation today, but obviously because of his value to the franchise, do you think he'll get his normal workload today, or could it be something that they decide to either shut him down or play him very little to make sure that he doesn't sustain anything serious that might jeopardize the start of his 26 campaign?
No, there's been no talk. I mean, if they pull people today, it'll be a huge surprise. There's been no talk of worrying about anybody getting hurt. I think Simmons will play his full load as everybody else will. He'd be really pissed if they tried to do any of that. These guys want to play, and would like a chance to get back at Jacksonville for that last game. I don't know if they're capable of it or not. Would like a chance to mess with Jacksonville's playoff standing to whatever degree they can. We all know it's a decent rivalry. So Simmons has been fantastic this season, the best football he's ever played. He's turned into much more of a leader, and certainly, he's the centerpiece of this team.
Paul, we've certainly been in this position, where the season is just one that you just want to get over. But also, there's always been bright spots for us to look at going into next season. We're always trying to find optimism, whether it's a position room or whether it's something in the front office. We always find some bright spot. What would be that bright spot for the future of the Titans?
Well, I mean, it starts with Cam Ward, who's had his share of struggles, but certainly done some good things and looks like a guy who can be the guy. He's got a lot of mechanical work to do. Needs to be fitter, and needs more help. A more dependable offensive line. It could be the same group which finally started to gel. Needs better weapons and a better defense. Chim DK, the all-purpose yardage leader this year, is a real find in the fourth round, a good receiver and a great returner. We're not going to see Gunnar Helm today, fourth-round tight end who's been pretty good. Alec Eilman, another fourth-round wide receiver. Those guys have been good on offense. They need frontliners in front of them so that they can fall into their proper slotting. Helm might be the number one tight end. We'll see. But it was a pretty good draft class. With the second rounder, Femi Oladejo was hurt most of the season. Third rounder, Kevin Winston, was hurt a good share of the season. So that's an edge rusher and a safety that they certainly could have used. But Mike Morganzi, the first-year GM, looks like he did well in the draft. So that gives people hope as to what he's going to do his second time through. And he's hiring a coach.
Yeah, and Paul, in terms of the Tennessee secondary, walk us through. I know they've had just tremendous attrition with their defensive backs, and obviously that's been reflected in some pretty poor numbers that the Titans have allowed in the passing game. But what exactly has this coaching staff had to deal with in terms of the attrition factor in the secondary there?
Well, some of it by choice. I mean, they began the season with L'Jarius Sneed as their top guy. That trade from 2 years ago when they gave up a third-round pick to Kansas City for him, oddly enough, with Mike Borgonzi on the other side of that trade, hasn't panned out. He didn't play well, and he got hurt again. This is probably the end of him. So he fell out with an injury, and then they traded Jarvis Brownlee, who was their number 2, relatively early, with Borgonzi not liking him culturally. And then they traded Roger McCreary, their nickel, as they look to compound some draft resources. So the 3 guys who were their top 3 at the beginning of the season were gone by the trade deadline. Darrell Baker Jr. will start, but after that, nickel and the other outside guys just been a scramble. They lost Jalen Armour Davis, who wasn't very good, got hurt last week, and he's out. The 5th-round draft pick Marcus Harris got hurt, and he's out. So you're going to see guys today that are not NFL caliber players right now. And I would expect Trevor Lawrence will be targeting Keemon Hall and Kyer Elam and some other guys that you haven't heard much about. Safety, they've gotten thinned out a little bit by injuries too. And Kendall Brooks didn't have a very good week last week and is the same thing, as a guy that should be at the bottom of the depth chart who's a starter.
Paul, in terms of looking forward, who do you think Tennessee will be interested in terms of the head coaching position?
Well, the obvious dot connector is Matt Nagy because Borgonzi and Nagy worked together in Kansas City. I think that's too easy, and if that's where they come out, he's going to have to answer a lot of questions about it being too easy. Got a lot of young defensive coordinators on the list. After last 3 years, there've been a lot of young offensive coordinators hired up around the league, including Brian Callahan, who busted here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's that. I'm a fan of Robert Saleh, who had a tough time with the Jets in a dysfunctional situation, but I think brings some of that fiery personality they had with Mike Vrabel, who they never should have fired, by the way. And has maybe better people or a more wide array of people that he could call on as he puts together a staff. So I'm curious about him, but they'll look at 10 or 12 people. They've got 2 weeks of Zoom calls, and then things open up on January 19th.
Paul, we'll get you out with this. What kind of a game do you think we see today, and what would be the Titans' path to the upset?
Oh, I think to pull an upset today, they'd probably need defensive or special teams score. I just think the talent gap is big here. The stakes. I think it's a different kind of Jaguars team that probably takes care of business against an inferior opponent, and with those defensive backs that you're talking about. And if the Jags can handle Tony Pollard and slow down the Titans' run game, they should be able to handle things. And the Titans obviously will be looking for that run-pass balance in order to do what they've been doing. But the Jags are a better team than the Titans have been playing. And I think they'll return to being who they've been most of this season.
Sounds good. Well, Paul, we certainly appreciate all of your insights. Again, Paul Kuharsky, you can subscribe, read his stuff, paulkuharsky.com, and you can follow him at Paul Kuharsky NFL on social. Paul, thank you so much for joining us, and look forward to seeing you later up in the press box.
Great. Thanks, guys.
All right, Paul Kuharsky, thanks so much for great insights there. As we certainly appreciate his contributions to the Terminix Kickoff Show. When we come back, one segment to go, we will go back inside the locker room. We'll talk to defensive tackle Devon Hamilton. You'll hear from Jacoby Myers. Those interviews conducted earlier this week. Before we hand it off to the Publix Tailgate Show, we will also do the Brackish Toast.
Oh, yeah!
Are you ready for that? So lots of fun stuff. We're just getting warmed up here at Tailgaters. You are listening to 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jacksonville Sports, 24/7. Your teams, your town, on your time. The 1010XL network is here. Find 1010XL at 1010XL.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. I've seen ads for diamonds where you see the words all diamonds certified by EGL, GIA, or AGS. What does all that mean?
Frank, it's confusing because those letters represent various diamond grading laboratories. However, it's important to point out that labs don't certify anything. They issue diamond grading reports. The entity doing the certifying is the seller. This created a problem for an Israeli retailer in Tennessee that sold diamonds with EGL International reports using GIA grading terminology. That created confusion because the diamonds with the GIA reports had comparable grades to those with the EGL International reports, but vastly different prices. When the EGL International graded stones were sent to the credible, accurate labs for grading, the grades were off by 5 grades or more. These quality differences more than accounted for the price differences, and they landed lawsuits against the retailer. At Underwoods, we only use accurate diamond grading labs.
That's Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, the shops of Ponte Vedra, Underwood Jewelers.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances. That's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
When someone excels in and out of the classroom, we should celebrate it.
That's why 1010XL brings you the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Wednesdays on The Frangie Show, tuned up by
the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Instant Keys is turning 25. A quarter century of saving the day when your keys mysteriously vanish.
Seriously, it was just in my pocket.
Or when that remote fob decides to quit working.
The dealership is such a hassle.
For 25 years, Instant Keys has been the go-to locksmith service for car keys, house keys, transponders, re-keys, and even high-tech smart locks. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you for honest, professional locksmith service. Use Instant Keys.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy's never frozen, always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little dude with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand, a quality sandwich. So do what I do and stop in at a Daly's and make yours a dandy today.
Life's full of thrills, like fixing what's broken and hearing it roar back to life. But for the accident attorneys at Farah & Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win. When the team moves as one, every hand, every step, on point, putting in the hours, reviewing every detail, because the client deserves that. And when I've gotten to say, you're good, we've got it covered, that's the payoff. Yeah, we're built for that.
Call Farah & Farah, Jacksonville.
Northeast Florida's highest-rated residential home electrical contractor is American Electrical, providing unsurpassed quality in Duval, St. Johns, Clay, and Nassau counties. No matter your electrical problem or project, large or small, American Electrical will get it done at a price that's right. High-quality electrician, that's who they are. Trusted company that's been on the First Coast for decades, proudly serving the community while being a big part of the community. Call American Electrical for all your electric needs at 737-7770. Wired right at a fair price.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Starting your game day.
The Terminix Kickoff Show.
Live from Tailgaters Parking. Presented by Campione Law and American Electrical Contracting on 1010XL.
One more segment here to go on the Terminix Kickoff Show, live from Tailgaters, before we hand it off to the Publix Tailgate Show at the top of the hour. But we've got lots to do. Hayes Carline here with E.T., Aaron Williams helping us out, Dylan Denmark back at 1010XL. Devon Hamilton has certainly been another extraordinary story, a guy that got off to a good start in his career, had the medical issue with his back that basically took a year and a half for him to return to form. But he has done it. Devon Hamilton, the talented defensive tackle, I mean, he's the primary reason you have to, from a personnel standpoint, to why this Jaguars team has a chance today to do something they've never done in franchise history, lead the NFL in run defense. The Jaguars giving up just 86.1 yards per game on the ground. What a phenomenal story Devon Hamilton has been.
Yeah, man, you stole my thunder. He is like the primary reason for that. He's the one guy that remained constant. And I'll tell you the truth, Hayes, in the beginning, I didn't know if he was going to work out. He had that back injury, and, you know, I just wasn't seeing the play. And I still don't see the play because I don't really watch the interior D-line, but I see the results. And I know that he's one of the primary reasons for it.
Absolutely, yeah. Getting double-teamed pretty much on every snap. Devon Hamilton is out there. Liam Cohen met with reporters on Friday and talked about Devon Hamilton's approach to his craft.
Like you said, he's a pro's pro. Doesn't say a whole ton. When he does speak, guys listen. You know, he just very unselfish, plays, I think, fits very well within Campy's scheme and what they ask him to do. I think he's made others around him so much better. You know, you look at the production our linebackers have been able to have because of his unselfishness and the way that he's made plays. Just defeating blocks, getting off double teams, pushing the pocket. I mean, those are all things that when you've got a nose that can demand double teams and demand respect inside, that he's a huge reason why our defense is leading the National Football League against the rush.
Yeah, without a doubt, had a chance to catch up with Devon Hamilton on Wednesday, and here is that interview.
We're pleased to be joined with Jaguars defensive tackle Devon Hamilton here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. And Happy New Year. How you doing?
Doing swell. It's been a solid day. Good. About yourself?
Doing great. Thanks. I appreciate it. You guys leading the NFL in run defense, a consistent theme, Devon. How pleasing is that now that we're one game away from the end of the regular season, that you guys have been able to be dominant in that regard all throughout the year?
I mean, it is good. I mean, that's just something we still need to build off of. I mean, we're still working on things, but it's a good feeling for right now, but we can't get complacent in what we already done.
What stands out about the Titans' run game? In the first meeting, they had that successful first drive, but then you guys were able to shut them down the rest of the game.
It seems like they've been able to turn it on since the last time we played them, and like I say, they're a solid team, so we can still got to come with our A game and be out there playing at our best. So
going back all the way to the off season when the new staff came in, you guys were doing like the Iron Jaguar games and things like that. In reflection now, with all the success the team has had, was that an important time for you guys, you think?
I believe so. I mean, it gave us some time to get together as a team, kind of understand, because the teams are obviously mixed up throughout the whole entire team. So it allowed us to learn our new players, learn, about one another. So it really did help for our camaraderie as a team.
Have you seen offensives blocking you differently as you guys have had the success that you've had?
I mean, there's definitely a lot of double teams for sure. So, I mean, I guess that's some respect, but yeah, that's about it.
How do you fight through that?
Just being disciplined, being in your technique enough and understanding that what I'm doing is helping out somebody else make plays. So
there's been obviously illness with the team. Liam's sick. What are some things that you do as a pro athlete to try and ward that off?
You got to be clean. You got to take the vitamin C. Make sure you're eating right. Try to stay away from those who are sick as much as possible. But, yeah, that's about it.
Pollard has run for over 1,000 yards this season. Still a big-time accomplishment. What stands out about his running style?
He's very shifty, very explosive, and can hit the gap. So that's where our run defense needs to come in and really be gap sound and stop him.
Have you gotten the sense in games this season where teams are basically get frustrated and with the lack of success they have on the ground?
I don't know if I really notice it as much, but yeah, I mean, once we do our job, it is kind of hard to continue on with that, especially if our offense is scoring points and whatnot. So that's kind of, I guess, a little bit how I notice it.
What kind of partnership do you and Foye have in terms of the communication element with stopping the run?
It's just, again, knowing where you're supposed to be at, knowing where he's expecting me to be at, and, just being in our gaps.
How nice has it been having Trayvon back?
It's been great. He's a great teammate. He's a great player. So, he definitely adds something to our defense that we need.
How much has the secondary played into doing a good job of not allowing the big runs?
They definitely come up and fit their gaps very well. We try to at least slow down the running back or make them make decisions and whatnot so our back end can step up into their gaps. So they do a very good job of tackling them.
What makes Anthony Campanile such a talented coordinator?
I think he's very clear and direct and has a clear expectation for everybody, and that's what we try to uphold and hold that standard.
How much are you looking forward to seeing the crowd Sunday, and you're hoping for an electric environment with a chance to clinch the division?
I'm very excited. I hope everybody comes out and comes and supports us. It's the last home game of the year, too, so, I'm very excited to feel that atmosphere again, and hopefully we can get it back home in later games.
Absolutely. Devon Hamilton, thanks so much for your time. Congrats on all your success and Happy New Year.
No problem.
Yeah, appreciate Devon's time. Let's get it to the offensive side of the ball. Let's hear from receiver Jacoby Myers. But before we do that, Liam Cohen met with reporters on Friday and talked about how he knew early on that Myers would be great in this offense.
Very early on, you could just see how well he picked up the offense, how much time that he spent putting into it. The relationship that he already had with Edgar, with EB, really helps because EB has a good feel for what his strengths, the weaknesses, what he can handle mentally, and continue to push him past those limitations as well. So, he's given us the ability to move him inside, out, do different things with him within the route tree, and in the blocking is really where you continue to earn respect in this league as a receiver. Obviously, the catches, the tough, grimy, sideline, toe taps, over the middle, those plays are huge for us, but also what he does without the ball in his hands is important, and he's extremely intelligent as a football player, which allows us to move him around.
He's been a great blocker as well.
Absolutely, man. He's just a true professional all around. He comes in and he does his job. And part of being a wide receiver, your job not only is to catch the ball, is to help your team out. And blocking plays a big role in that when you don't have the ball.
Without a doubt, Jacoby Myers on the season for the Jaguars, 37 catches for 439 yards and 3 touchdowns. Remarkable considering he was added at the trade deadline. Had a chance to catch up with Jacoby on Friday after practice, and here is that interview.
We're pleased to be joined with Jaguars receiver Jacoby Myers here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. It's good to see you, too.
Everything good this week in practice?
Yeah, everything was smooth. We got to finish strong, get this dub, and then go to the playoffs.
What are some things you can take out of the first meeting with the Titans, Jacoby?
Just don't beat yourself, right? Like Bill Belichick used to say, you can't win until you stop from losing. So just not making simple mistakes, handling our responsibility, and then let the chips fall where they fall.
You guys have done a great job with that. Have you been pleased with the overall cleanness of the operation since you arrived?
Yes and no. We got good days and we had bad days, for sure.
In terms of the Tennessee secondary, they've obviously had a lot of attrition there. Is it difficult to get a vibe for their talent when they've had so much shuffling back there, or do you have a pretty good feel for it?
We understand their scheme for the most part. It's just putting a different body there. And at the end of the day, we got to do what we got to do, right? We got to make sure we don't beat ourselves, and then we'll handle the rest of that on the field.
Your blocking has gotten a lot of praise from coaches and your teammates. Jacoby, how much pride do you take in that element of your game?
A lot of it, honestly. Blocking in thirds down is probably the biggest thing to me, so a lot.
What stands out about like your technique and blocking? What element of that part of your game are you most happy with?
You just got to will it through. You know what I'm saying? Get the job done by any means. So that's my kind of concept as far as taking on that challenge. But yeah, it's nothing special. Just really trying to get it done for my brothers for real.
What stood out about your chemistry with Trevor over these last couple months?
I just get to the spot he need me to. You know what I mean? Like he know what he doing. He a pro. A talented pro at that, so I'm just trying to get to a safe spot for him.
That was an amazing catch and throw on the 3rd and 10 to get it to a manageable 4th down. When that ball was released, what was it like? Kind of walk us through that play if you can.
And that was really all him. Like I said, I just had to get to the spot. The ball was perfectly thrown, literally. Like, he just laid it up out there for me, and he threw it early enough for me to go chase it down. So he did a good job.
Jacoby, what kind of growth have you seen from Parker Washington as a young player?
I wasn't here before. Since I got here, I've been seeing nothing but, true playmaking. So, I couldn't tell you before that, but I seen nothing but a true playmaker, somebody who worked hard in practice and then go out there and earn his keep. So,
what has stood out to you just about this group? Since you showed up, obviously there was the loss in Houston, but then you guys have been on this amazing run, and it seems like there's just an incredible closeness with you guys.
Everybody trying to do their part. Everybody wants to contribute. If they're not contributing that week, they want to do their best in practice to show that they can contribute the next week. So I can respect that. A lot of talented competitors on this team who all just want to make sure this ship go in the right direction.
How pleased are you with the offensive line? There's been some changes there, some attrition, but these guys get the job done every week, it seems like.
They got my respect for sure. It don't matter who or where they line up. They all go out there and try to get it done. They tough. They just keep doing their thing, man. Respect to them.
What's it going to mean to you if you get the win Sunday to be division champion and know you have at least one home playoff game?
For this week, everything. You know what I mean? That's the biggest goal of the week, right? So that's all we really want. We're going to go out there and do our best to go get that.
Jacoby Myers, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck to you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers has been outstanding. This has also been outstanding. Dylan, let's do it.
Now, the Brackish Vodka Toast of the Game. Brackish Vodka, spirit of the sportsman for whatever your sport is.
Chad Mays joining us as always. Are you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
A division
Here
title.
Here we go.
You can taste it.
What are you so quiet for over here?
I'm ready to get to my favorite part of the show.
Do it. What do we got going? Brackish Vodka.
Yeah, we're doing our same thing.
We're not changing anything.
Jax, Rilla, we're coming for you today. So we're going to do 1.5 ounces.
Yeah,
and we're going to do a little bit more for
you know what I'm saying?
Of this beautiful brackish elderflower right here.
I love the elderflower.
Yeah, we're doing it up. And then we're going to come in with a lid. Just
like watching Picasso paint right here.
A masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
Just a little bit of
splickety splash.
And then we're going to come back with a little blue carousel. Here we go for color.
Plickety cow.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what, I can't
Wonderful
wait.
stuff.
Everybody's out here today. We're ready to go.
All right.
All right, here we go. Bottoms up.
To the Jaguars.
It was always the Jag.
Yeah, always the Jag. Here we go, baby.
Well done.
Run it back.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Run it back.
Let's do it.
Oh, we running it back.
We got to go back with a ski, baby.
Oh, we doing the shot.
E.T., give us a prediction, E.T. Who's winning today?
Man, you already know what time it is, man. Them boys until 30-10 all
30
day
to
long.
10. Oh, wow, I like that. I like that score.
I was going to say 30-7.
You're going 30-7.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And now we're going to
like
pull a little bit. Here we go. Go bring the ski in.
Dylan, who do you like today?
Oh, the Jags. Give me the Titans score garbage touchdown. Jags 27-17.
All right, so let's hit this shot ski.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Duval.
Delicious. Well done. Well done. And people can come here all day to Tailgaters and have a great time and enjoy these fantastic libations that Brackish Vodka has provided us. What a show. What a day. What an opportunity for this franchise. I feel very good about it. We certainly appreciate Frank Frangie joining us, Paul Kaharski as well. The Publix Tailgate Show is up next with Brian Sexton, J.P. Shatterick, Mike Dempsey, and Austin Lane. For E.T., for Aaron Williams, for Dylan Denmark, I'm Hayes Carlyon. Go Jazz!
Come on, somebody.